Hey there, gaming world. Welcome to episode 2 of my week in review video log. Right, so this was a really jam-packed week. I did a lot of gaming this week, a little less on the painting side, which is not a good thing. So let's get straight into it. My week started off with me getting together with my new group that I get together with in the midweek. Most of them are inexperienced, sort of just starting out in the gaming world, if you like. And they used to play Risk when they were kids, so a good place to start with them was Risk Legacy. So we've been doing this for a couple of weeks. We play a couple of games of Risk Legacy on the night, and then I normally bring something else to show them afterwards. So this week was no different. We played Game 4 and Game 5 of the Risk Legacy campaign. Game 4 ended with us opening 2 of the packs. The one for putting 9 minor cities on the board, and the other one for opening what was it, for signing the board for the second time. So that meant we had all the mission cards out, all the event cards, or most of them, new Scar cards, and also the draft cards to start the games off. So that's been going well. This is my third Risk Legacy campaign, by the way. So I'm really enjoying seeing how the new guys get on with it. The game we played afterwards, which was Splendor. Splendor is one of those crazy games for me where no matter who I play it with, it always seems to go down well. And this was no different. This was the first time any of them played it, and they all really enjoyed it. So much so, I think they're going to pick it up for themselves, as a group. I absolutely got thrashed by all 4 of them, which is quite strange. I'm putting that down to the fact that I was, teaching, being the good teacher. The next day, which was the Thursday, I went down to the Luton Tabletop Gaming Club, and I took Heroes of Might and Magic with me. Heroes of Might and Magic came out a couple of years back at Essen, I think, and I was really looking forward to when it came out because it's one of my favorite computer games, Heroes of Might and Magic, and the guys who did this did an excellent job on recreating the theme of what the computer game provides. Unfortunately, the game didn't take off very well, mainly due to the fact that it has a couple of flaws, in my opinion. One of them is downtime. The downtime in this game is crazy. Also, the game also takes a long time. So those two factors combined together can create not the greatest game experience. But the game itself, I think, is pretty good. It's fine. It's got good components. The mechanics of sound, everything is pretty decent. Obviously, it's just those two major flaws there. But what we're doing is I brought it down to the club because I wanted to show it to Bennett and John and Molo, because I got this crazy idea of using it in a Kings of War campaign. So using it as the base, for the map, the resource management, the army building, that sort of thing. So I tried it out with them just to show them how the mechanics work. And now we're going to go back and think about how I'm going to sort of incorporate that so that when we do the battles, instead of doing battles on the board, with just by rolling the dice and stuff like that, we're going to actually play Kings of War battles. Obviously, I'll get back to you guys on how that goes. On the Friday, my friend Swampy came around as he had the day off, and played a game of Kings of War against his orcs. I won't say how that went, as I'll be putting the video up on Battle Nights. But no, suffice to say, it was a good game. It was always fun playing Swampy. And we played 1,500 points, so it was a good solid game. That evening, if you saw on my Painting Nights channel, I got some new games in, of which was the Forgotten King, WWE Superstar Showdown, and CV. So Carl and I cracked it open, read through the rules, watched the Rado run through, and then tried it out ourselves as a 2-player game. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was good. It's very similar to Nations in mechanics. Nations, the dice game. Obviously, it's just a completely different theme. We'll definitely be playing that again in the future. The following day, the Saturday, I took my boys down to the movies, and then we took them out for lunch and stuff with my friend James and his kid. And then we came back to mine while the boys were hanging out with each other. Me and James played another game of Kings of War, and he had his fantastic new Night Stalkers army. And I've put down some pictures here to show you guys. James has been collecting models from all different ranges and all really cool. It's just a fantastic looking army. I can't wait for this to get painted and get it to the table again so I can show everyone. I like things like this. This is what I do gaming, why I do gaming, is just to see the really cool, creative, interesting things that people come up with. I mean, James had an idea of doing a Cthulhu-based sort of army. He wanted, to show off the different ranges and just use his creativity. It's fantastic. I love it. Then, James, when they left that afternoon, they were replaced by Rob and Martin, and also Barney from the CCG Board Game and Social. I hope I got that right, Bon. And we decided to play some games. Rob brought the new Eclipse expansion with him, so we had to play Eclipse, as Eclipse is one of my favorite games anyway. So we got that to the table. We had a big 4-player game. Just get to see some of the pictures. I took a picture of the map. I went for a different strategy as I normally I follow a certain, not the same path, but certain paths. Go around trying to do a certain few things to get to my victory point positions. But in this one, I wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to try something different. So instead of going headlong into where the other guys are and see if I can create some tensions and things like that, I went backwards. So I started exploring backwards, and I was hoping that monoliths would come out so that I could, just form a barrier between me and them, and then just hoard up the victory points with the monoliths. Unfortunately, no monoliths came out that I could get. There was only one throughout the whole game. Barney got that, and none came out. I even had this new tile, which allows me to ditch it to gain sort of jump ahead in the turn sequence. But unfortunately, no monoliths came out, so I never got a chance to do that. Unfortunately, I didn't do too badly though. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, Martin won, and Barney came second, I came third, and Rob came last, I think. But between Martin, Barney, and myself, we were 3 points, or 3, maybe 4 points adrift from each other. So that's a really close game. And also, it was excellent. I loved some of the new stuff. I liked the new tiles that they added into the combat bags. I really liked the new race that Martin tried. Just some other subtle differences that they added to the game, which I thought was really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing that again. After that, we played Tiny Epic Galaxies from Gameland Games. We did a video for that, which I'll be putting up later this week. So you can check out what we thought of that. I thought it was a pretty good game, and I'm sure everyone else enjoyed it as well. If you're not sure, you can go check out the overview. And then after that, we played what I thought was probably the game of the week for me. It might not be the best game, but I definitely enjoyed it the most. It was just unbelievably crazy. It's Titanium Wars from Yellow. I know I played this before. I had this for a while, but I never got around chance to playing it yet. It's a 3 to 4 player game, so you have to have at least 3 players to play. But this is literally just, the game is so simple. It's just get some money, go shopping, and then watch the little mini nukes go off, and whoever's standing after that is going to be the winner. It was really crazy, really good fun. I really enjoyed that. So as you can see, that was the games I played this week. Quite a lot. I think I got around about 10 games or so played. Really enjoyed my week of gaming. I'm probably not going to have extensive weeks like that in the future. Well, you never know, I might do. But when it got down to my painting side, I did a couple of paint jobs. Got some heavy stormtroopers done for Imperial Assault. They got not the custom clear bases that I normally use. This is for customers, so he wanted the bases, as you can see here. But then I also finished some Trandoshans. They were going to get the clear bases, but I've been contacted by another guy who wants me to paint the set and not have the bases, so I'm probably going to leave them off and just use them. And then my favorite thing I painted for the week was my new chicken tokens. I used them for the games of Kings of War because one of the viewers on my Kings of War videos suggested that we use them as wavering tokens, which is when a unit morale is so low that they don't want to do anything. So for basically chickens. I love that idea, so yep, definitely had to make those. And then I also continued a little bit with my Dungeon Saga set. As you saw last week, I had 3 of the skeletons done, so I've added 3 more. I did another swordsman and the 2 bowmen. So I just put them all together in the picture here. But they're coming along nicely, and now I'm moving on to the zombies next. I've got a couple other things that I need to paint as well. But that's it for this week. I've got no more painting pictures to show you. I've got no competition or anything else like that going on this week. But hopefully I've got another good week of gaming ahead, and hopefully I'll get the videos up that I recorded for this week up as well. And enjoy your week of gaming. Thanks for watching.